Welcome to Minnesota Housing's Community Profiles for Scoring tutorial. This session explains how to use community profiles for scoring when applying to the 2019 Request for Proposals and 2020 Housing Tax Credit Program. Minnesota Housing's mission is to provide access to safe, decent, affordable housing and build stronger communities across the state by offering products and services to help Minnesotans buy and fix up their homes and stabilize neighborhoods, communities, and families. Minnesota Housing also supports the development and preservation of affordable rental housing through both the financing and long-term asset management of projects and developments. The agency has also pioneered a successful model for supportive housing that helps stabilize the lives of some of the state's most vulnerable citizens. This tutorial highlights the goals of community profiles and will review geographic priority areas, explain how to access community profiles, explain how the interactive map works, and explain how to print a custom report. It will also highlight a new mapping application that will make scoring Minnesota Housing's geographic priorities quicker and simpler. And finally, we'll review WalkScore. The goal of community profiles is to create a comprehensive but understandable tool for Minnesota Housing staff and partners that will assist in the planning and funding process for affordable housing projects. The Community Profiles tool is an effort to place everyone on a level playing field and make Minnesota Housing's data-driven decision-making process more transparent. Community Profiles is where you will identify how your projects will score against Minnesota Housing's geographic priorities. The geographic priorities include economic integration, access to higher performing schools, rural and tribal designation areas, location efficiency, tribal equivalent areas, workforce housing, and community recovery. Economic integration applies to census tracts in the Twin Cities 7-county metro area, along with tracts in Duluth, St. Cloud, and Rochester. Included within community profiles are census tracts within the Twin Cities, Duluth, St. Cloud, and Rochester that meet the first and second tier points in Minnesota Housing's Qualified Allocation Plan, also known as the QAP. Areas not eligible for economic integration points can be added as the rural tribal designated areas. Access to higher performing schools applies to the same geographies as economic integration. If an area meets or exceeds 2 of 3 performance thresholds for its schools, it is considered to have access to higher performing schools. The performance metrics used are 3rd grade reading proficiency, 8th grade math proficiency, and on-time graduation rates. Location efficiency includes details in regard to transit service types in the Twin Cities Metro, Duluth, East Grand Forks, La Crescent, Rochester, Moorhead, Mankato, and St. Cloud. There is no detail in community profiles for transit services found in Greater Minnesota, rural and small urban areas. Refer to the Location Efficiency Methodology document to assist in identifying transit service types for these areas. WalkScore cannot be viewed via community profiles. I will go over WalkScore later in the tutorial. Tribal equivalent areas are tribal reservations that meet HUD's Qualified Census Tract or QCT definitions. Workforce housing includes cities that have seen job growth, are top job centers, or have a significant portion of their workforce traveling long distances into the community. The workforce housing layer has been updated to include the latest employment centers and long commute communities. The final geographic priority area is community recovery. Community recovery is used for the single-family RFP and is meant to highlight communities with lower median incomes, older housing, and a higher than average decline in home sales prices. To access the data for community profiles for scoring, go to Minnesota Housing's main webpage at www.mnhousing.gov and click Policy and Research at the top of the page. Just below that and to the right, click Community Profiles. This will bring you to the page currently on the slide. To access data for the 2019 RFP and 2020 Housing Tax Credits applications, click Community Profiles for Scoring 2019 RFP 2020 HTC. On the Community Profiles for Scoring page, You can find links to methodology and metadata documentation for data found within the interactive map used for scoring. There is also a help document to get you started using community profiles. For the tech-savvy individuals who want to have access to the raw data, you can download it directly from this page. To access the interactive map and the geographic priority areas, click to view the interactive map highlighted on the slide. If you are interested in using the new geographic scoring map, click Multifamily RFP Geographic Scoring Map. This brings you to the interactive map. When you open it, you'll see a map of Minnesota showing absolute change in households between 2000 and 2016. This interactive map has key housing and demographic information at both the county and census tract scale that the new interactive map that is explained later in this tutorial does not have. The new map button is located in the upper left corner and is where you can access the data layer themes of economy and workforce, household demographics, and housing markets referenced earlier. Clicking New Map is also where you access the RFP geographic priority areas. Below the New Map button is a search tool that allows you to search by address, census tract, congressional district, etc. On the top right of the map, you can develop a custom region if you are working across various geographies by clicking Draw Report Area. To the right of the Draw Report area is a 3 vertical dot icon. If you click it, you will be able to print a map of what you see on the screen. Below and to the right of the custom region in print is the map legend. Here you can see all of the layers currently being displayed on the map and what the various color shades represent. Similar to Google Maps, you can zoom, pan, and click features for more information. In the next few slides, I will show you how to change data layer themes, add a geographic priority area, build a custom region, and print a report. In the search dialog box, type the address in which you are interested. I typed Minnesota Housing's address to give you an idea of what it looks like. Something to note is that when you zoom in beyond a certain extent, the geography changes from county-based to census tract. Once I enter the address and click the search button located on the far right of the search dialog box, or the address box, the census tract is displayed. This screen shows the total low and moderate wage jobs found in the census tract of the address of interest. You will see the total jobs in that tract, its ranking relative to other census tracts in its region, and data notes containing the source. You can view all values within the data layer themes in this pop-up by going through the tabs at the top. Let's say you want to see if the address is located near transit, and if so, what kind of transit is accessible as it relates to our geographic priorities. You'll need to add the location efficiency geographic priority to the map. You can do this by clicking New Map in the upper left corner. A new pop-up will appear. Choose Multifamily and Location Efficiency Transit. Initially, all geographic priority areas are displayed using the same color. If applicable to that geographic priority, the capability exists to color code by type. In our example of location efficiency, you can color code by proximity to light rail transit stations, high-frequency transit networks, and high service areas. To color code by type, click Expand Legend in the upper right corner. Then click Filter under Location Efficiency Transit, and for type, click Color Code All. The result can be seen on the screen, and our address of interest is within 1/2 mile of a light rail station, which is the highest priority for location efficiency in the Twin Cities metro area. Note that the address of interest is indicated by the orange arrow. You can also build a custom region to include both the census tract that encompasses the address of interest and the neighboring census tract. You can then create a custom report. To begin, click Draw Report Area, which is in the upper right corner. You'll get a series of prompts asking how you would like to create your custom region. I recommend creating custom regions by using the Assembled Custom Region option. Click the census tracts that you would like to add to your custom region. You will know a tract is selected when it is shaded white and the tract ID is added to the Assemble Region dialog box. Once you have built your custom region, click Done, which is highlighted on the slide in the Assemble Region dialog box. Name your region and once again click Done. Your custom region will be highlighted by an orange outline. If you want to print the report, click the small red icon found on the outline of your custom region, as indicated on the slide. A pop-up window will display, and now you can click See Minnesota Community Report for your custom region. This displays a custom report with key demographics for your custom area. You can print the report as a PDF by clicking Print Report in the upper right corner of the report. Be patient, as it takes a minute to generate the report as a PDF. Note that custom areas must follow either county or census tract boundaries. If you search by radius, census tracts will only be included if they completely fall within that radius. Finally, we are excited to be rolling out a new mapping application that should be easier to identify potential sites and their corresponding geographic scores. The map itself is more interactive than the version shown in prior slides. With this update, you can click the map at any location and receive the breakdown for geographic points available. In the upper left corner, there is also a set of tools available that may be helpful in navigating the map. Tools include an address search bar, legend, a measure tool used to measure distances or get the latitude-longitude for a particular location, the ability to print a map, and finally, you can change the underlying base map. Once you zoom to or search for your property's address, simply click on the map to see the total geographic priority point potential, along with the point breakdown for each individual priority. The final piece of information that is not part of either interactive maps but is part of the location efficiency geographic priority is walk score. You can access your property's walk score by going to walkscore.com and entering the address. If your development is on a road that is not yet developed and walk score cannot locate it, find the walk score within 1/4 of a mile. Also, if applicants would like to request a revision of a location's walk score, they may contact walk score directly with details of the request. Use the Minnesota Housing specific email currently on the slide when requesting revisions. Walk Score and Minnesota Housing have an agreement that Walk Score staff will review the request and make necessary adjustments to scoring within 45 business days. This is a much quicker process than the general Walk Score review submittal process. You can also contact Minnesota Housing directly, and we can help you submit the review to Walk Score. Thank you for watching this Community Profiles tutorial. I hope it provides a fundamental understanding of how to use the Community Profiles interactive maps to assist you when completing your application for funding. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to contact us at the email address or phone number listed.